Alright, this is a demo review from our game versus Artic. Alright, we start T-side. This is Artic's map pick. I believe we start off with a B hit for the pistol round. So they're doing a 2-1-2. Not sure. Oh, it tries to go up B mid. Yeah, I mean, you're just engaging with no help, no support. I mean, you know, not totally off to take that fight, but looks like Vex pushed up mid, got to overpass. So Vex, you should just stay overpass or even push back out. I mean, you jumping back in, yeah, I don't know. It's just like giving up a key position, push out mid, and this is not a good spot to ever push into, with especially solo guys, or even peeking it. Yeah, being up there is not a good spot. With two people, it's not a good spot, I don't think. Worker plays this really well, and for some reason this guy goes, instead of pushing in mid, he went all the way around. They're setting up, they're doing a good job waiting. That's a good job repositioning. And luckily they're off the site long enough to not actually know where you could be, and you get a beautiful double headshot. So all in all, a little rough, but I mean, we don't play this map or practice it, so. So we're setting up towards A. They do a blitz from B. They're doing this a lot on their save rounds. They're going Glock rush. Yeah, I mean, as soon as that, you gotta reposition is all, but I mean, you really have no so. But all in all, good, ego. So they forced in. So this is good so far. We've got them to burn all the utility. So in this case, we have spare smokes. You can either re-smoke or push. I look like I'm skipping. Because I sure where the server is. That's weird. So Rattleth and Orca, you're both pushing in without using your utility, right? You guys had smokes available to you. You know, smoke here, I think would be a good spot to cut off this angle. You can isolate the player that's usually here or hut. Or heck, to smoke off this entire lane and just clear the site out this way. But again, just walking the site, separate it out, you know, allowing yourself to be, you got the first kill, and then Masai's will pick you up individually. So we know Masai's in sight. I think I saw him too. Cyrus, you did this a bunch of times. You're just throwing kind of random flashes. Like that time you got Vex. Again, you separate the same kind of thing. We have a 3v2, and you're going, you know, you're going off on your own. It's just no good. I mean, it's better you just stack sight with us. You know, now you trade the op, do all that. You know, and I'm already. I think we lose this. Yeah, and that's only I would only stay there if you got no chance to reposition. So repositioning here, Vex, is better. You know, because you couldn't trade off that guy. Like when he goes for me, you could have gotten that guy, and it would be 1v1 versus Messiah with no health on him. But yeah, I mean, we got the man-up situation. Don't separate out. Again, it's always the 1v1s you got to avoid in that situation. Play the numbers game. You know, this flash ended up hitting Vex and me, or at least hit Vex, and it was kind of, you know, pointless. And of course, oh, I think this is also when Vex had a technical problem. So maybe that was that case. Shit. So yeah, Vex had another headset issue. Wasn't able to get on ahead of time to iron any of that out. So, you know, this is also another reason we need to be on for that 30 minutes, an hour ahead of time. Make sure everything's charged and that any technical issues are kind of ironed out just in case. So we're just doing a slow save, giving him time to come back. So there's not much to really analyze here. Oh, sorry. So we buy back in with Vex back. We're setting up towards A, or B rather. Yeah. So yeah, that's a little tricky. Yeah, if you're entering here, you should be able to enter here cleanly without this guy getting you unless he comes out wide. Let me actually watch that back a little bit. I think that could get a bit tricky if they're coordinating peaks. One from overpass, one from inside there. Actually, especially if the guy inside pushes in enough, that actually could get kind of tricky. And that's just good coordination on their part if that's what they're doing. Didn't quite see that. Yeah. Just bad timing. I was able to trade it back, but unfortunately I can't see. He came out a little wide, and I was able to get him after that, but... Actually, those are accidentally good smokes. So, I mean, see what it does? It cuts off the sight, you know. We're pretty sure we've cleared overpass. We're gonna kind of move on. And again, so this is, we have time. We don't feel any aggression yet. That gives me time to reposition the balcony, which is really powerful. And just to walk it too, so Raylith is I'm the bait player. We're not trying to get crossfires here because where Raylith is positioned. So I'm just trying to, this is pretty much a primary spot people are going to come from around here generally. So trying to hold that. And after a certain time, besides not really pushing, that's when I start getting the feeling someone's pushing me. That's why I check this, right? It's just about timing and thinking it through. Like, he hasn't shown up here, Raylith hasn't reported anything, no shots, no sound. My guess is he's creeping, and he's going to be creeping at me since Messiah's identified me on balcony. So those are the kind of things you just gotta, just heads up plays. And Raylith was doing good. He wasn't trying to come out wide on this guy. He just held. And I'm also not trying to stick the fight here, right? I'm just peeking, I'm here for the information to get, some damage in. And to keep balcony locked down so Raylith doesn't get pinned. Yeah, we just can't push Hummer like that. I don't like how he has Hummer bulletproof now, and unfortunately, the side pushing the A, we have no coverage there. Yeah, Vex, it's better that you almost lurk, not trying to push in aggressively on this. Or maybe you, and these kind of setups towards A, you go towards B, or sorry, setups towards B, you go towards A and hold that. I don't know. Hummer being bulletproof makes it really tough to kind of, and there's so many spots they can be sitting here and you would never know until you walk that corner. This mid section kind of sucks. On this map, I think mid needs some work. It's very odd. Yeah, work a good trade there. I mean, again, this just comes down to talking to each other. I mean, you're still not in a position to do anything for the guys with the bomb. Right? I mean... if you had come over here and gone like this, that would have been more useful. I mean, there's still time on the clock even now. So it wasn't like we didn't have the opportunity to do that. It's just... gotta talk to each other. I mean, we don't have protocols, and especially on maps we don't play like this. It just makes communication that much more important. Even little things, okay, we're pushing apartments now. Bomb into me, Raylith, and the bomber going to apartments. That way Orca knows, and, I just don't know without the comms, what the comms were here. But it just seems like there's no... Well, we were having trouble with communication in general, all three maps. Yeah, see, I mean, the lurk, when you're with the bulk of your people, just doesn't, I don't know. I mean, this is a strong position from the CT side. So he has that, I can't bail you out of here, basically. And it's also not, like, I just feel if you were playing pit mid or A pit, like, if you start walking up A pit now, like, they're not even watching. Yeah, we just get kind of decimated here. Yo, P90. God, this player sucks. Man, I didn't even dink him. Fuck. Wonderful. So we're on a save. Just gonna try and blitz it. Keep it working towards the back since we've got the only gun. And then everyone goes a different direction. That's not what I meant. Blitzing A. Kind of an A blitz is going to be along this lane here. But Cyrus did a good job flanking there. I mean, these blitzes, we'd be like smoke here and try and overwhelm the one player in the lane and get the bomb down. And like I said, if people do have guns, you keep them towards the back like Orca is. Keep him alive. Yeah, I mean, he just loses the fight. Otherwise, that's a pretty good save round, all things considered. But, like, there's no advantage to going through here other than it being slower, right? Going through here, this is the faster lane. We want to get in as quick as possible. We want to force this trade. Like, you smoke here or even smoke here, honestly. Most of the time, you know, most sites are going to be like 2 people on them. And they're going to be separated out. One's going to be playing more on site like they do, and one's going to be over here. So if you get that one trade down, just get the bomb down, which is a real focus. Not necessarily to win the round. So we're sitting up towards B. Yeah, pushing up mid like that with someone on Hummer is just so difficult. And I managed to get one and survive somehow, but I just don't see you as a lurk player pushing up that way, and you know, Ralph kills me. Just not good communication in general. It's probably my fault as well. You don't necessarily have super ironed out callouts for this map. You know. But yeah, as the lurk player, I don't think pushing up mid. You can get away with it sometimes, but generally always someone's going to be around Hummer. You know, the other option is to slam like 2 or 3 up mid, wrap around, trade that guy out, and then access the sites. I don't know. Still don't like this map totally. Don't really have any great particular strategies for it. So pretty rough T-half. You know. I mean, this is their pick. I'm sure they've gone over and played it, and it's clear the setups and stuff. They have some more ideas than we do. This is the one map we do win, though. We win 10-8, I believe. But yeah, that's a good move, pushing the overpass early like that, going right there. Especially on a pistol round like this is a really good idea. Since they're in limited utility, kind of cut us off. Well, I did say, so what happened here is people kind of go crazy. So once Redith goes down, because Redith was actively engaged, we should stop. Cyrus pushing like this and then Vex pushing like this are no good. You know, because I'm trying to catch up to Cyrus and he gets killed and then Vex gets dropped. You know, we almost lose this to get in. We're in a 4v1, 5v2, and we almost lose this. So we have to reset. Now we're in a 2v2. Figuring the overpass guy's not gonna see me, and I'm just aggress on him and try and cover. Yeah, I mean, even now we still almost lose it. Again, keep your numbers advantage. Once the bomb is down, what's there to gain by being super aggressive and fast? I mean, maybe you thought you could have picked him off, but you're running and he's running, and he hears you. It's pistol round, Glocks. You know, it just takes one shot, and he's got the high ground at that point. You know, the same thing wandering out the site like that. You know, just set it back off. As soon as Rally goes down, you back off and you just hold. You hold to get the information. Okay, I see one balcony. Okay, the other guy must be on site. That kind of thing. But once the bomb's down, there's no point in being hyper aggressive. Before the bomb's down, maybe just to try and prevent it. But oh, my grenades are a little early. Fuck, just missed them. So doing an A blitz again. We had a not great callouts. I think they were saying heavy B. I saw them all at A. Oh, that was a good flash. That was a... Whew, man, I nailed that flash. But yeah, good anti-eco. Just gotta be careful on calls. Be careful when you say hard this or all this. Make sure they're there. Just gotta be not overzealous and calling hard, you know, all one side or another. Alright, first buy round. I'm not sure if we convert this to a 3-0 after the pistol win. It was a good anti-eco. We had a lot of people left, so our money's still good. Yeah, you can see they kind of have some defaults here. Yeah, and I would not... I mean, we should know not to aggressive cross tier. At least without burning utility first. I mean, that's how we play it, right? We sit the hut, wait for someone to push. Again, just being a little too aggressive up mid. Just so many angles on this map. We gotta be careful. And the default was good because it made things a little confusing because we were getting spots all over the site, which is what default's designed to do, get information for them. But you know, getting a lot of callouts and just not great callouts, and we weren't sure where people were. So, but we started rotating over because someone was saying they were going towards B, I believe. Vex was mentioning that, I think. But this is a good job. Orca, like I said, you didn't push into the site too much. You just play middle so you can still hear towards overpass. You're not stuck in. Right, and this is where we're getting the feeling, okay, it's taking a while. They would have been on B by now. So I start rolling over while Orca's still kind of hanging mid and staying alive. And it's just perfect time when I managed to see him going A. Unfortunately, this guy's lurking mid. And you gotta not run, guys. Never run. There's no need. There's 45 seconds on the bomb. Don't run. And that's why I tell people also, when you're like the one left on CT side, let's still let them plant the bomb. If you don't have information on where they're at or where they're going, or not great information, just let them plant the bomb. Sit mid or sit in a really somewhat comfortable position or play the site you're already on in a back position and force them to plant so you get the information where they're at. It's the same thing. Like, we don't know. We know where one guy is. Or at least, you know, sprint to there, stop, walk, clear mid, clear Hummer, and then you can maybe push up on the site again. But, you know. "45 seconds is enough time to walk this down all the way." Anyways, we didn't get the 3-0 conversion, unfortunately, off that. Well, I mean, we killed 4, so it's still not so bad. Their money's still not great. And our money was decent enough to buy back in. You know, I'm going Glock utility. Everyone's got rifles and limited utility. So Cyrus overpass. This is a little goofy. I think you almost should have to play here. I don't know. This is losing overpass in general is tough. It's almost like we need 2 mid, 2A, 1B. But that was a good job by Vex. You know, once you wrap in, take your time. He missed a shot on Ralph. Luckily, it doesn't really kill him. It's a good hold in general. And that was a good move by Orc. You find, you know, this comes with map knowledge. Find these angles here. You know, so when I hear heavy mid, I always push out either if I'm playing Hut, you got a good sight line from here, or like Orca did on sight here, you got good sight lines across mid here, especially when you're rifling. You got so this is great though. This is if anything arguably is better than the 3-0 conversion because then you get a full reset on them. And their money's trash. So we're right back in it. And we didn't lose too many people. We only lost one that round, so that's great. I believe we win the next 3, lose 1, and win 10-8, I believe. So, good anti-eco. Sorry, I zoned out for a sec. P90s are so nasty for what they cost. See, Artic definitely is a P90 heavy team, because the P90 is just so broken, but, you know. So it's interesting, you can't really ever be comfortable even on their save rounds when they got P90s. Especially since we're rifling, and they can get away without buying armor, actually, and just go armorless P90. Especially since we're more heavy AK. The AK really suffers against no armor, although we have a lot of M4s here, which actually is probably the best. Anyways, again, this is just a little too aggressive for me. I mean, you're just taking a fight against a lot of people. Like you know, Messiah luckily didn't push. Your flash probably kept him back, and that's what I'd rather see. You smoke that off or smoke towards pit. Anyway, so we got, you know, he's sitting heavy mid. We got good coverage there. We're able to play around a little bit. Yeah, again, this is just pushing out too much. Again, once we get the man up, especially on CT side, that's when we kind of can play over the capacity. Man up, and then we got a good idea where they're at. But again, these are good angles Orca's holding. So we got a really good crossfire here. And Orca nails that shot. Yeah, although that arm does bait out Orca randomly. Shitty nade. But yeah, good hold. So this actually comes down to a 1v1. We eat shit kind of early in this round, and it comes down to 1v1. And Orca literally loses it with the last 2 seconds left. Just the guy nailed a headshot, a crazy headshot. I think it's this round. But yeah, you know, good score lines all around. They're all pretty even, which is the best way to see it, honestly. You know, everyone's pulling away, holding their sight, all that kind of stuff. Great shot. Yeah, that's right. We even go up early. I think we even started doing soft. So once you get that first pick, and you know, just back off. Like that's all we need is that opening pick. And the same thing T-side arguably, but you know, same idea. Just we're 5v4. We don't need this kind of aggression. We don't need this kind of aggression, right? This is just putting yourself in a position, especially Osiris with low health, to trace back to a 4v4. All right, good job getting the kill. But you go down. He's off on the bridge now. The guy pit. See, how do we end up in a 1v3 and go down to lose this round? Like, you don't need to be this exploratory, guys. Like, just group up and stop. Okay, so we've spotted him. Now stop moving. Don't... and you're running too fucking much. He heard your ass running. Oh, come on. Like, you know. These are just fundamentals, right? You're playing a numbers game. You're always playing the numbers game. We're in 3v1. Let him get the bomb. You don't have to stare at the bomb. You know. See, you don't... How is he? Is Orc already damaged? I thought he had hit a headshot. I don't think Orca was particularly damaged, but maybe he was. God, this fucking player sucks. Oh my god, I have to watch the round again? Oh wait, it's not even that right round. Fuck. This thing sucks. Here's where this player sucks ass, and it won't, because it's at the end, it always seems to have trouble. Like, it's not clicking exactly where my mouse is, bizarrely. I just really want to see that last little fight, because that seemed odd. A lot of this shit seems odd in this game, as always. God damn it! Oh, I'm never gonna see this. This player sucks. Come the fuck on. Fuck you! Oh, I gotta take it way back and then fast forward it, motherfucker. Piece of shit. This player sucks ass. Oh my god, all the explosions. Alright, let's watch the whole round back. Fuck it. See, nothing really wrong. Like, none of these things are ever wrong, any of these movements, right? It's just, we're up a man, this is the time where everyone's gonna legit just play passive. They know you're there, don't re-peek, take damage needlessly. You saw that, got the info play though, still, And again, just the op is at risk here, right? I mean, you're playing close range, yeah, the op works better, but not all the time. You got the shot, it's the best shotgun in the game when it works. That was a good job, Vex. That's a good time to lurk in. And luckily, he wasn't paying attention. I mean, we knew he was A pit, right? We had 3v1. I know we were calling this out. This is when you all group up. Vex, if you had just stayed here at mid, you would have been golden. You just stay here at mid, Rez is here, Orc is here. Let him take B. The bomb might have even been down on A, I think. I could be wrong. But more than likely, it looked like it was because that's where Rich J went. Even now, Wrath, you just stop. This is just like a greed play. You're off on your own. There's no one there. Okay, so Orca was half health. So is that guy. Actually, if anything, this guy's got 2 shots and Orca has 3. Huh. I would say even now, Orca, you back off even further. Honestly, until you hear him arming, you could argue you back off. I don't know if you should have heard him walking here. And obviously, I don't think you heard him here. Yeah, so you just lost because of the peak. And in those situations when you hear him, you don't want. That's not a corner that he wouldn't necessarily see, right? That's not like a one and done corner. So that's the time you want to step out and peek on him. Catch him while you hear him sprinting and you know he's there. Peek his ass. Because he's sprinting. He's got to pull his gun up. I mean, don't wait for him to come around the corner. He was sprinting so he made it further than your brain would process fast enough. Plus the peeker's advantage. But, yeah, I mean, it should have never been a one-on-one. Alright, so things get a little dicey. Our money's still good enough to buy back in, but could kill early. I'd almost be curious if we can do a smoke in here and then use that to get the balcony. I mean, I think it would work if they're not aggressing in. So again, let me see what just happened there. Goddamn, I'm not good. Okay, so you just did a Hummer. Good shot from here. It's good work. We get the info out, and we're going to still get it back to the 3v3. Great pick by Orca. I trade, so we're in a 2v1, right? This is a great situation for us. We know where he's at. Again, I think this comes a little closer than it should be. Only Vex is slightly damaged. Even Rex is a little damaged. Great job. Good crossfire. You identify where he's at. Flash yourself. I think he plants. And again, this is the right move. You let him plant. He's got 20 seconds. He's got to plant. Vex, you're probably just making a little bit too much noise there, and utility gives you away. But that was perfect. That was a great trade, right? Orca's in a position to trade off. If anything, he should have gone that way and got you there. At least forced that, knowing that Orca was back here instead of trying to pincer like that. But that's, good work on a map we don't play or practice. So Dust 2. Let's go to that one. That's our pick. We are away team this time. So they banned Mirage, so we didn't pick Mirage. I mean, I think it just shows, Mirage is the only map to me, I think we have any kind of real comfort level on. and that's because we put in some time in there and got the rotations down CT side pretty well, and our T side's in decent shape. But there's no other map. I was hoping Cache would be one, and it just seems like we can't get Cache together. And I was just thinking Dust 2, because we did pretty good on it versus Avalanche, who is definitely a worse team. But I still think we beat them 10-1, so I was hoping there was something there. And Dust 2 is a common map, But we start T side, and I know our CT side was pretty rough too. We didn't have a very good setup, so. But yeah, so they pick CT side since we pick map. We start T side. So we do like the standard of standard B hit on pistol round. So this one's going to be a little annoying because we win it and lose it. So we get the plant down, but we lose it just from, I think, some bad positioning and bad beats. So, 4-second B, 1 mid, cover, make sure no one's going lower, cover, call out who's crossing, and the Vex splits lower. That's a very standard hit. 3-1-1 kind of split. So there's flash into the tunnel. I flashed the guy at car. We kill the guy at car early. You can't be sprinting on a site like that. So the people sprinting to site, like Cyrus and myself, Ralith, that's what should happen because I heard him car and I called car and we go to clear car. You walk out of tunnels to keep an eye on windows and just walk it down. And so Cyrus, if we all three survived, maybe you should push outdoor, but not like that. You pushed in the door, and then there was bad communication there. He said mid, and I wasn't, I kind of flubbed and didn't realize I had the bomb for a second. But you pushed out of doors, and that's where they're going to be coming from. If we got people mid, or cat, they're calling mid, you just walk into a 3v1, and then, of course, couldn't get there. It's not impossible. And then Vex, let me go with this. So Vex, you went lower, and this is where you just hold. So the idea being, let's see, So once we got on a site like that, Vex, that's when you just hold here, because you just want to maintain control over upper. And so that lets us know, and you should be able to hear in the cat, and that lets us know, okay, they're all coming mid. So they stack. See, you're just out in the open is the problem. They see you and they hear you. Some of that's just losing the fights, but, and they do a good job of keeping all the stress. You walk out, and I don't know that you're actually dead. Yeah, it's just, example, just not on setups and not great communication. And even if I knew you were dead, it was a 3v1. I was stuck. I mean, short of them really fucking it up, there's no chance for me. That's unfortunate. It was a good hit. Going on it, pretty solid enough hit. We took it. Even with route going down, we traded out properly and got the site. So, yep. So, a lot of communication issues, really bad call-outs, whether it's people calling all one spot and they're not, or, just not getting the right spot. So we're doing a cat push. I'm just splitting out the long, show long a little bit. I mean, we don't have strats, so that's the thing. So cat push is pretty normal, or a B hit with pistols and a rush. The P90 is just too strong. I think these even viable, even with the Glocks being what they are. It's just too strong. And they did a good job. They were playing passive. They didn't overexpose themselves on cat to get traded out, right? The long guy was just smoking and holding. They're doing the standard Dust 2 setup, a 3-1-1. So they're playing well. Practice shows. So we switched to a B hit. So all of you wrap car. Let's watch that back again. So it looks like they smoke off for the rush. If they smoke off, don't try and push it. I mean, I don't know. So no one had their guns up or something. I don't even know what that was, guys. I mean, you actually had an opportunity there to kill him. And CT was late getting the window. Because that's usually how it's going to work, because the mid player is going to be a rotate to B, not stay B. So, I mean, you got away with rushing through the smoke, because he was a little late getting the sight and didn't cook it. But, you know, I don't know what happened there. You guys couldn't even convert that one kill. I don't know. Alright, here's our first gun round. Those were save rounds. We don't really have strats, so we're doing an A hit. Setting up towards A. Cyrus doing a good job with the killing across. And they're at least smart enough to know to smoke it. So yeah, so I'm splitting towards catwalk. CT's just spamming it out. I'm trying to counter spam them. Doesn't look like connect. So I don't know what this is, guys. So remember, you can drop in the pit and throw the cross smoke, and then flash your way to sight. So you guys kind of standing in the line. They did a good job. They did their job pushing back, and he just spams through. I don't know. Yeah, again, remember, you can, these are climbable, you can drop in the pit, get in a position, you can see goose, you can see sight, and then you want to throw that smoke ahead of time. You don't want to be, I mean, the problem is the smokes take fucking forever to deploy in this game, so you do not want to be throwing these while you're aggressing on the site. So, throw it, and then throw it again when you get up to here, when you get up to the car, if you're walking it, right? So we're in a more defaulty setup. Taking control out long. That's perfect. You get to trade. Just gotta be prepared for a second guy always. You guys gotta push out too. You gotta... I don't know. Flash. Kill that guy, flash long, you know. Burn the utility, guys. Don't be afraid to burn the utility and support each other. I mean, that was a good trade initially. I'm not sure why we didn't just get the kill, considering you had him pretty well flashed, but anyways, we rotate over to B. We know they got one guy out long still, or last seen. I can hear this guy talking, so I call car. Except for B hit, Cyrus is still covering mid. So this is where we do a dry take, right? Be as creepy as possible. I'm out of utility. I only have as a Glock, so I'm pushing. I get the early info. Again, luckily this guy fucks up and pushes into sight, but you know, you gotta always assume someone's window, especially like that. So running on a site, you know, I don't know. I mean, it was good rotate, good sight take, you know, especially with, you know, I had no utility. Good hold. So here's where we kind of fuck up. Is this the round we fuck up? No, it's not the round. So they're doing their standard like kind of pistol blitz on a save round. So we still haven't identified they're all behind us, and actually Orca does a good job covering behind us. Trying to do our utility burn. So good, well, sort of save. Well, that's a good heads up, especially when we're stacked like that. That one person needs to be covering behind, covering lower. We just need to. I mean, whatever. We don't have practice, so we don't know exactly what it's utility to throw here. So it's hard for me, you know. Really, you want this. You want the same cross smoke up the way you do from long as you would on cat. You right. You want to separate out the car guy if someone's playing car. Good job with kill guy at Platt. Oh, okay, that came from sight. I thought he was at cross. But see, I'm just not anything special, but I just kind of want to show people how we should be taking this, right? We take our time, go to pit, get a reasonable angle to throw that smoke, and throw the smoke before you even begin aggressing on the site, right? I had an idea he was here. I didn't realize he was sight, right? This smoke now cuts him off. And walk it, stop running. He hears that. He can spam. You know, we walk it down, take our time. And now once you get to a spot where you can run up reasonably, you can run that up. Right? Because you're on ramp, so you got cover. Okay, so this guy was out there. That was really confusing. I knew I heard this guy. It was very confusing. Again, just kind of not great comms. I thought Cyrus was saying he was here. Because I called CT like elevator. Oh my god, I just missed him. Fuck. Now I'm just making note. I go to pick up guns. That's right. Fuck. I thought that was like literally Cyrus. It was really. So you weren't exactly CT because you would have seen him. Okay, that was confusing. But you called out because I thought you said you had CT, Cyrus. That was very confusing. Oh, you didn't have CT at all. What the hell? I could have sworn that's what you said you had. You have mid. That's very confusing. Okay. That's extremely confusing. And pretty even scoreline wise. We have a better T-half than we do CT-half, I think. We lose 10-6. We might win one more T-half. Oh, this is our epic fucking eat shitting. So Cyrus gets a pick crossing it, or he says no one crosses. So everyone stops, and Ralph has a bomb. Again, this is kind of a comms fuck up, and then we proceed to really eat shit at the doors. Yeah, it was not smooth, and it was. Again, actually at this point, other than if you're cooking something, I want to ban people pulling out utility prior to getting to a spot to throw it, because that is just not good. So, you know, I think part of that gets us stuck because we can't just, you know, like CS, you can't just switch and put the pin back in. So we need to stop doing this altogether. Unless you're coming here in a safe spot, if you're going in a position of that might be in danger. And so yeah, you guys, and I don't know, it's just fuck up. I mean, you didn't hear him, and he was on flash, and you sort of abandoned, but not really. I mean, just got a heads up. I don't know. It's just a general fuck up, and what we should have done is actually wrapped around, not try to push in. kind of all going one at a time like morons. Not getting any information out. Yeah, that was just all around fucking stupid. I mean, it was good play by them. I mean, again, something they've practiced a little bit. It seems like. Masai did a good job not giving himself away right away, so I didn't realize there was someone here. Must engage. They were doing a good job baiting. I mean, that's, you know, they obviously play together and play and practice. I don't know. In this case, thinking back, we should have just not even gone here because A, you can't get this, and B, you just actually turn over an op to them for free. So looking back, it was probably not the best move, but whatever. I said just go for it because we had the money for you to buy them, but not thinking about their money. Especially at this point, you get the one kill, you take damage, I think, and you get 50 seconds. Yeah, you should just back off at this point in all reality, but whatever. Because then they get a fucking free op out of this. And that smoke doesn't go anywhere. Yeah. I mean, it looks like, yeah, they would have been able to buy an op anyway. Well, I mean, who's their opper? Isn't it CT? Or is it? I don't know. Oh well. So yeah, pretty fucking dumb eating shit there. I mean, A, let's not pull out utility until you're actually going to throw it. Be in a position. There's no, that split second's not going to save us anything. Especially if you're going to be in a position of danger, which you could be at long. So since Cyrus is doing a pretty good job there and they're not really stacking B, we can go mostly A, we can go with B hit. I spot that guy at window. So this is what I'm talking about, window. Just walk him down, right? He kind of flashes, that's where we have to sprint off, right? So just walk on the site, take the fight. It's, you know, only on pistols maybe you should rush around, but you know, and smoke out doors, then go. This is hard cover, so the bomb planner can get here and don't start arming to get here. Again, Vex, don't just face this dry. So luckily I got a good flash off. Do not, you know. Just for future reference, this is a good spot here. Do not hide here. You want to be sitting here staring at it. People aren't necessarily going to clear that. But this is a position when you have multiple people on site. If you're down to a few, it's, you know, your harder positions to clear, like this. You know, car back here. You know, positions where you can reasonably peek the bomb. But when you got multiple people, that's when you can maybe talk about pushing out doors, or, you know, planting here a window, maybe, you know, recovering tunnels. All right, so this is, we need to not be calling these audibles. I don't mind people making modifications to play this as a call them out. We have limited time, but so Cyrus pushes lower, which is fine. The problem is this. So, all right, on a pistol round, the only way these long flanks work is generally on a buy round. We have enough utility that we could slow them down. We release Orca immediately, and you should have turned around immediately. I mean, this is an incredibly long flank that's only going to work, and I fucking lose that fight. Oh my god. I mean, this is only going to work if we're holding them. Otherwise, they're on site and you're just setting up for a retake. It's no good. So, the lower guy should turn around, cover towards cat or mid, and you would have caught those people. And then knowing that he's in, you know, they all push upper, and you're just out of position. There's no way to rotate back in. You know, it's just not good position. Still, we almost take this. He kind of juked Cyrus, thinking he went down and dropped in. But even if you think he dropped in, Cyrus, you always should push up here, right? Because if he's dropped in, he's got to wrap around and get you while you're defusing, right? I mean, so, you know, always just push up and clear. I mean, that's, I mean, what are you going to do? 1v1, it happens. So just out of position. Pistol rounds are going to go fast most of the time. We're not going to have time for these crazy flanks. And on dust especially, it's not, an A site especially, it's really tough to hold, like for a long time. And we had no utility on the pistol round. You're not going to have the utility to kind of keep people off. So the only thing here is Orca, if you're going to go pit, you got to go pit. You can't get caught out like that, and we both get caught out. I mean, we're on a save round, but whatever. They stack A, long A. Again, I would say, Cyrus, you're better off covering either CT or going to cat. Covering the cross here. You want a save round. I mean, because now you're trying to come down long against rifles. You know, no armor. I mean, just whatever. These are things to practice. Save rounds are literally things to practice to go over. Sometimes it is good to stack a site and try and catch them off guard in that first buy where they're not going to have something crazy, although P90s break that kind of strat. But other rounds like that, it's still better than maybe stacking a site but setting up on the site instead of trying to do some crazy flanks or rushes, right? You know. Because we actually did do 2 kills, even with us dropping 2 in the beginning like that. Yeah, I mean, that's just not going to work, right? Unless you have a flash there, that's never going to work. Like, you can come, I would drop in here. Like, what you could do is have a guy, if you get up here, one guy playing here. So they think it's clear because they kill one guy. It's a bait. Most likely not going to clear this, and then come up. So Orca does a really phenomenal job holding a car here. Then, see, this is where these flanks work, right? It allows Vex and myself to get up behind him. Get a pick. He stays alive. We're at least in a position, we're in a 3-on-3, we're in a position to win this. We have no utility, but, you know. I mean, the only thing I would say is the Orca to stay back more. Just keep that pressure on knowing that there's a guy long. Because this, once you go down, it allows him just to focus down Cat, and we're kind of stuck, right? But if you're able to stay at long, a little longer, we can all push together. But yeah, I mean, we're Glocks versus rifles, and we have no utility, right? It's, you know, tough. So I guess we win one more round and lose everything. So here's our first proper setup. Let's see how this goes. Now, Dust 2 basically should always be a 3-1-1. Your mid guys, your primary rotate to B. And I know I called this out earlier, so I'm not sure what's going on here. We have a 2-1-2 really doesn't work for Dust 2. I mean, it can. I wouldn't say it doesn't work. But A is going to be the primary site for terrorists, almost always. And 2 people here is really tough to carry because there's no bottlenecks, so to speak, of hard bottlenecks. And in this version of Dust 2, it's not a lot of cover for CTs. You can see Goose is vulnerable. Luckily, they don't do any splits. So they don't put both long and Cat pressure on, because that's typically what we want. Had we had 3 people on site here right away, you know, could have prevented this, but Orca does the best he can. He does a great job holding on, mostly because they fuck up. And then, you know, the long guy is I'm trying to pick people off at short, but I'm also supporting Orca with utility, and Orca basically with an ace almost. That was a great hole. But again, we need Dust 2 properly is a 3-1-1, unless they're doing a lot of stuff at B, or we're trying to have an aggressor from B. If they're not doing default setups, so like that would have probably been, you know, again, hindsight. Seeing that they're not really setting B barely at all, doing a 2-1-2 with a Vex pushing out immediately a couple times would have been good. But yeah, you can see it's a little bit different. They got like a default setup here, right? They got a lot of mid pressure in terms of spamming because you can get away with it in this game. They got a guy out B. They should watch him for aggression there. They got smoke mid. Coming Cat. They don't do much long pressure, but I'm not sure. I guess you missed the throw and he ended up smoking CT. I'm assuming that was meant for Cat. And their lurker does a good job. He ties up 2 of our rotates, right? He ties up 2 of our people. And what they also do a good job is they got us tied up here, and then they switch to a B hit. And Vex, you do a good job getting in the window, Rouse still holding down. Just lose that fight, it looks like. But I mean, see, this is kind of what a default is. I mean, if they don't practice, then they're far better than us. But it looks like me like they're practicing. I mean, that's all I can say. Is you know, right? They have a default. They're heading up towards A. They're sitting Cat. They take pressure at Cat. They rotate off because they look mid's open, which a lot of times it's going to be because your mid guy is going to rotate to B in the window. You know, and then they just move to B. And, you know, Budgie got good damage early on Ralith, and, you know, this is the difference between practicing and not practicing on this specific map, if anything. If they're not playing or practicing on this map, then I don't know, because they certainly move better than us. There's no doubt. Yeah, and that's just a bad beat. Messiah just happened to peek at that time when you're going for the op, and your smoke just missed, but what are you going to do? Yep. So again, you know, same thing. None of their people like hard carrying or nothing. They're just got good setups. Oh yeah, so we don't win any other rounds because we lose 10-6. Okay. So we're on a save. So that's why you see on the aggression and not gonna fuck up there. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should just be hit and push through. I don't know. I mean, I should probably stop at long A doors once you don't. If you don't see anyone here and catch them with a flash, that's really you should stay. I heard them out here. I was thinking there's maybe two, but that's a mistake. I mean, you know, same thing. They're doing a good job. The one guy that was isolated, you got right. But the four guys that staying together, you know, you're never gonna get that, win that. You know, they're doing a good job with these calls to go hunt you down too, right? I mean, they got a feeling that you got guns. Their money's not super strong, but it's good enough, right? And then just bad beat. Just having to be sprinting where they can hear you. You know, again, this is a team we've always beaten previously, and then early in the season we won 2v1, 2-1, 2. But again, it shows the difference that practice and playing makes. As far as I'm aware, you know, they have more of an ecosystem to this because they have more people in the Artic thing in general. But, you know, it shows the difference between... Even if they don't practice for this map totally specifically, they have the idea of using smokes and using utility and pairing up and that kind of stuff, you know, that they have some fundamentals down that they're, you know, able to beat us, where we're just look lost. I mean, again, we're in a 2-1-2. Again, for some reason, he call it 3-1-1, and that's always our setup. Stacking two people on B is worthless like this because you're supposed to sit on the same sight line. At least put one in window to help pressure mid. You know, of course, we're on limited utility. It's Irish playing too close to mid doors like that. So we can't stop them at cat because we need to smoke, we need a frag. Vex, you're running in the middle. I mean, you know, we just look really lost, uncoordinated. No, you know. I mean, what I'll say is Orc and I, whatever, we're holding A as best we can. We're doing a good job. This is what it should look like. Goose is stuck in. I'm trying to help him, but I can't because they're doing a good job just continually pushing us off with utility. You know, and Orca's stuck in at Goose, and we don't have that third player, right? That early cat, either the cat player or there's additional person ramp to kind of beat this down. Yeah, so this is the difference between a team that practices and a team that doesn't. I'm not sure what Cyrus was talking about the long control. I think we did pretty good taking long control at T side and even holding at CT side. We didn't put much pressure there, so I'm not sure what he's going on about. Alright, last one. This is going to be the worst one. We lose this 2-10 on sand. Again, the map we now know we suck at, although we before had good CT sides. So maybe it would be better to start CT. We chose T. My thinking is that we start T, win a couple rounds, because we played this twice against VA and then Avalanche, lost both, but our CT side was pretty strong, like 6-3, 7-2, something like that, halves. So the thought process for me usually is just like, okay, let's finish strong on the half we know we're good at. T side we suck. But in that case, I mean, the momentum, just being in the hole, I think we win 2 rounds T side. I don't know, just too much to overcome, and it puts you in a hole, right? If you lose pistol CT side, then you're fucked. 'Cause it's at least generally always going to be a single round or 2-round conversion, so pistol +1. You're down 9-3 and you gotta buy, and you can't do our normal 3-round save because eco in this game is totally fucked. So we do a set up towards A, just all 5-man A, nothing special. We don't have anything special to set up because we don't play this map, but. So it looks like they do a 3-2. So, good pistol round. It's kind of a blitz. Took it. So yeah, they're doing their Glock rush. They're stacking one site. I get caught out at mid. I had a feeling they were doing this by this because they kept doing this a lot in other raps. So I get the one kill and I get traded. That's how it's gonna work. It's gonna overwhelm, but at least we know we can take the site, plant, and go. So it's. But good job. I mean, losing one, and I normally with Glocks being the way they are, I just go Glock utility, so I don't lose anything. I don't trade them anything, right? At best, I got some flashbangs off my body. Again, Orca, that's just kind of being heads up. Don't need to push out like that. Again, remember when you throw in your utility, be in a safe position to do it. Yeah, as much as you reasonably can. Sometimes you just get caught within your hand, but don't. I mean, you're just kind of out in the open here. Again, burn the utility. It's cheap enough. If you're having a feeling or you just want to peek out here, throw the flash here, flash it, and then peek. Worst case, you give away some positioning, or you get, they have a feeling where you are, and that's it. But you safely can take that peek without any worry, and you're not caught with the flash in your hand. Just those kind of little things. Don't be afraid to burn utility, especially when we already have the bomb down. There's no need to save it necessarily for anything else like beyond that. It's one thing early in the round and stuff. You don't want to burn all your utility needlessly, but. Alright, so one of our issues last time was mid control, so we're trying to establish some kind of mid control because this site plays off of mid a lot. So they're doing a lot of counter smoking. So this is one thing that I realized, burnt my smokes too early, and they're doing a lot of counter smoking, and I got impatient, which I shouldn't have been. It's a really dumb move on my part, absolutely fucking boneheaded. Yeah, I think we need to get away from this default. We're too stretched out in here, and you get pinched. I think to bring the AWP to the map, the side we're playing is where we have to go. So side goes to tunnels. Because almost always you're going to get a single peeker from here. If we're the AWP goes where we should go, I think. In worst case, if we're going to leave someone kind of isolated, it would be someone with a rifle. That's more reasonable. The AWP by itself is just too vulnerable. There's no support. Yeah, I mean, at this point, yeah, they've already made the rotations in. Yeah. So we were trying to go to B. I fucked up early. That was no good. Yeah, I had a really bad game. Oh, this is a very... Oh, so still at 68 because he picked up a rifle the first time. We really need more free time to iron out this money shit. It's really confusing. So we're doing an 8-hit, and they're still doing a 3-1-1. 3-2. Setup. I mean, a Windows player just needs a push. Especially when around like this, we got Orc and myself and no block, just a block. I mean, this is what I'm saying. This is what we need to have happen at Windows. Like, Windows is really powerful for kind of locking down A. And especially if they're not counter spamming, then like let's push it in. Or we smoke it ourselves, or they smoke it for us. Oh, it bounced off the site. Motherfucker. Like, I want people to be patient, but we also need aggression here. Like, we can't... Like, can't just be hanging out back here forever. Gotta use utility and push in. You know, and look, they're doing a good job. They're kind of moving on the hunt. There's 4-1 to low time. You know, they can go for you. They kind of just miss you. You know, and this is their map pick too as well. So obviously they put in some time, assuming on this map, and seeing that we also suck on sand. Guess we should probably start banning sand instead of Scud. No one picks Scud anyway. Hell, we might do better on Scud. So we're on another save. So I'm smoked out, so I'm holding. Orca's holding ramp. You guys are setting towards mid. So, I mean, I think this is the time when you guys should wrap A, like what Grass is doing now. If they're going to smoke it out for us, go into tunnel or wrap A. God, they threw so many smokes. I mean, you're doing a good job. They're throwing a lot of smokes. You got good timing on the smokes. I couldn't seem to get a kill to save my life. But save round. I mean, we get the bomb down. Oh no, not so bad. Our money's still good. Or our money's good now. And honestly, if we could just win 3 rounds, maybe 4, really 4, probably would be a great half for us T-side. Fortunately, we only get 2. I just don't have a great feel for this map in a kind of structured setting where the team knows is practice this map and I kind of have a feel to what to do. We just don't play this map. Not really sure what we're doing. We're all kind of stacking mid now. For some reason, this is very confusing what we're doing here. You know, Vex and myself holding mid. I fuck up my first flash. I think this is that round. I'm trying to push mid ramp. I mean, I think their smokes are something we got to use against them too as well. I mean, fuck that flash up. And then Vex's move back. This is all very confused. So this is a move I like to make though. Push up here, you can watch B mid. If B mid smoked out, you can flash that guy, push him. I fucking almost kill him because I suck today that game. So. But then this re-peek is no good, right? Like they know we're there. This is where we need to smoke it out ourselves, and then make a move to one side or another. And it turns out there's a pretty good angle here, although I can return fire. That allows you to see right there from sandbag. And this is where just having pressure anywhere else, and then Budgie pushed up in the smoke, and apparently he could see through the smoke wonderfully. We have no presence or pressure anywhere else, so they can just pinch us mid. I mean, I'm not sure what was going on with working Raylith. Again, just not great comms, very confusing. Are all separated out. Now, at this point, we make the call to save. You got no time. So let's see what happened there. It looks like people at A. So this is kind of our default sub that we worked out sort of way back when, but I'm not sure how much I like it anymore. I don't know. It feels like it should be a way relatively safely getting information and picking fights. This map just plays so oddly. I guess the concern is that... I mean, you guys got to know he can make it up ramp by that point. You know, and then we just get fucking pinched at B tunnels. We're just fucked there. Right? Ramp aggression can get there real quick. You know, we're stuck in. I'm basically dead already. You know, at least get that trade of Messiah. But, you know, that guy's... You know, I'm just kind of running in and... Actually, Orca almost pulls us off. Pretty good job. Good job repositioning. Just take your time, relax. That flash is way too early, though, right? I mean, more than likely, he's not going to be aggressing that fast. I mean, that's just a thing you get a feel for. You just think of the time. And you know, you should start playing. You know, you almost had it. He got you because of a headshot. But I mean, start playing Ring Around the Rosie, right? Just sit here. Make him peek you, or walk you down. Don't try and, you know. Don't do a peek fight. Wait till he actually starts aggressing and gets, you know, antsy. Time's almost out. He's gonna sprint you to get you if you just stand here. You know, I get the thought about walking out because of Clippers. You know, you still reasonably can cover the bomb from here, though, even with Clippers there. But, you know, whatever. It's judgment call, and you still almost had him. Had he not hit that headshot, you had him. You know, I think we just need to be, as always, using more utility, more smokes for our setups and getting on the sites, things like that. There's a good smoke you can throw over here, covering sandbags. Hell, throw a smoke in front of the site, cutting this off, and it gives you access to here. Combination with Windows pressure, you know. Didn't look like you were just running Vex, so they heard you. Yeah, and I got fucking anti-peek protection when I touched the side, and it fucked me up. Lost that fight again. Yeah, sandbags is a strong spot. I mean, that's something we pretty much got to smoke out or push off from window. You know, look, it's 5v1. They know to hunt. I mean, they're, you know, see they're already starting to aggress a little bit. They're not really hesitant. They got the bomb down. Yada, yada, yada. They're doing a good job. It's just Practice team versus an unpracticed. So halftime. It's actually not a bad sandbag, so we still have to put up the side. Yeah, there's just a fucking field of smoke there and I can't see shit. And I get the grenade bug, and then, yeah. Yeah, there's just a lot of missed smokes. I think some of those are from us. And then Orca goes in, but Wrath and Cyrus are back. It's, you know, they don't have good coordination generally. So I know Cyrus calls this guy out, but this is when you gotta support each other and kill this guy, not trade him out. I mean, you call him out and, you know, he goes, Morales makes some noise, gives himself away, I think. We're able to double peek him to clear that, and then you open a 2v1. Yeah, just kind of fell apart. It's another map we don't play. Oh, so it was a team kill. Yeah, I play like shit, which, you know, not helpful. So, still, we've come back from worse. And CT side is, you know, at least a couple times we played it, has been pretty reasonably strong. I mean, it would be key if we could win a pistol and convert 3. We're at 7-5. We're back in it, right? So we need to have a pinch mid. So don't even smoke off mid. So I'm not sure. And then Cyrus, like, we call heavy mid, and I don't know where you're going. You know. So they just collapse on us from B mid, and then we both kind of, I fuck up. I'm trying to back out. I get flashed through the wall by my own flash, as always. And everyone just needs to be rotating, you know, here. I don't know. They're already in position. Yeah, it just falls apart. That's... Yeah. So I think, you know, the setup would be 3-2, right? So one guy sandbags, one guy windows, and a third player playing up in a couple different spots, but especially playing up. On a pistol round, I would see you playing like where Orca was. And if you're not taking any, you know, and don't be afraid to push up in windows. If you don't see anyone walking there, just walk it down and go here so you can see B mid from here. I mean, they move pretty aggressively. You might not be able to catch them, but, you know, still. Just, you know, it's really hard to hold B mid from B because of the pressure from windows, although they didn't have any that time, but there's always that, you know, oh crap, someone's here. You know, I fuck up when retreating, and then, you know, your other guy in B is over here, so you can't really support besides like a piece of utility. I just don't know the way of holding that without utility, so we're on a save round. You know, I mean, we lose this, but this is basically progress. I'm trying to just change it up, be a little aggressive. So, you know, I know I call mid. So again, this is like just too aggressive. Like, once you get out here, just hold, right? Just hold them here. So we get the information. Okay, we see two blue on B tunnels. Blah blah blah. Sprinting up on them, it's only going to work if they're not paying attention. I don't know. I mean, it's just, we're still in a save round, so it's kind of whatever. And they do a mix of P90s and rifles, which works out really well as an anti-eco. And I kill Orca because I'm a fucking moron. That was totally my fault. It's just really I was just totally playing like shit until he fucked up at this point. Mostly wanted to stop playing at this point. So yeah, we're in a 9-2. And here's the thing I think I realize I like now. We can actually smoke out this tunnel if this guy cooks it, and this other guy can get into B windows early, which is a strong spot. So there was a missed call here, but Cyrus calls heavy B. Then Rath runs right into them at A, calls heavy A. So again, we gotta be careful on the callouts. Vex is spamming through the smoke because he doesn't know that Cyrus is mid ramp. I mean, it just falls apart, right? I mean, whatever. I mean, we're down 9-2. I mean, again, just communication. You gotta be careful about calling all here, heavy here, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, we got a lot of problems. All of it comes down to literal time in game and practice. I mean, all these things come down to